Hey everyone, welcome back to my workbench. Well, this is the less than exciting world of building up controllers, but it's an important part. So I got a couple done. I think I'm shipping. Well, I got a couple done already of the analogs, and then I'm planning to build a bunch more very shortly to start clearing all the orders out. Everyone, thank you for your patience. Start clearing the orders out, but this is the less than exciting part where I want to build up all the little sub-assemblies first, so when I put together it's just final assembly, not having to resolder anything, minimal soldering. Uh, so to that end, this thing you see up there is a solder pot, and this is flux, rosin flux. So you dip it in there, and it comes out there. Dip it in there. And you get yourself a nice, hard to see, nice shiny uh, tinned wires. The reason you do this is when I have to go and feed these into the little circuit boards I use. These are the pre-made boards I use, and this has got the spacing for it, but you really can't do it without first tinning the wires, because these are multi-conductor wires, so they just go poof everywhere. So that's why. So for now, I'm just going to go through these a little bit of flux. You really can't hear it, but I have a nice, this thing here is a fume extractor. It's just a fan with an activated charcoal filter in the front of it. So I'm just going through now, and I just cut up a bunch of wires. I actually made a huge pile the other day. I mean, literally, this is the pile I've made already. These are all stripped and tinned, and those are ready to be assembled. So I built way more than I need. I think I have orders for 12 right now. Well, 11 because I got one done. Oh, two done. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Yeah, more than enough to handle my immediate needs, and plus about 8 or 9 extra after that. So now it's just a process of, you gotta strip it, dip it, and tin it. So this is Memorial Day weekend 2024. This gives me a really good opportunity to catch up on getting all these parts done. I also built up, I'm also right now printing a bunch of 3D parts. So not just for the immediate orders, but I think I made at least 32. So I'll have 20 more than 20 more, because I didn't run completely out of them. Sets of plastic 3D printed parts for future builds. So it'll speed things up. Sometimes it tins nice, sometimes it don't. This is a pot of molten solder. And if it gets too messy, this gunk on stock is called dross, and I just sweep it away. Get a nice surface. Yeah, I bought this bar, this like 2-pound lead bar. Was it 1 pound or 2 pounds? I couldn't believe how much this thick bar is. A big, heavy bar. All fit into that solder pot. It's not like a crazy huge solder pot. There's a spare one right here. I mean, it's not terribly big, but it took the whole bar. This is, I think, 63. No, is it 63? Yeah, 63% tin. So I got a bunch of buttons, I have a bunch of boxes here and a bunch on the way. So my goal is to get the sub-assembly parts all done, get a couple more out tomorrow. I'm built up tomorrow. I'll mail tomorrow and send a bunch out on Tuesday. And so anyone who's waiting for their controllers, please, I thank you for your patience. And you should start Steam controllers late next week. I'm getting through a bunch of them this weekend, like I said. Once I get all these things pre-done, the actual assembly work is pretty fast. I was actually timing myself to see how long. And, as long as I can keep it to less than 45 minutes per assembly, final assembly, 45 minutes is my limiting number because that's how long it takes to cut the box on the CNC. So there's no use going faster than I can cut on the CNC because I don't have anything to mount the parts into. So if I get everything assembled, get my assembly time 45 minutes or less, it's probably going to be less with all the sub-assemblies done, and I can start really cranking these out. So this is not going to be the most exciting video, so I'm probably going to stop in a couple minutes just because I don't think anyone wants to watch me stripping tin wires for about a half an hour. Or maybe you do, I don't know. Let's see how long we can go here before my hands give out. I do like these new auto strippers. Much easier. The nice thing is, just tin it up. The problem I run into is some of the stripped insulation gets kind of caught in there. So these wires here, these are to the, when you have a normal controller, the ambidextrous one, you need a set of wires going to each side, one for there's fire buttons on both sides, you need for both. My wife really insisted on me getting a fume extractor, and I'm actually really glad she did because all this stuff kind of stinks. Oops. See, I forgot to dip it in the rosin. Doesn't tin at all. Interesting. The flux, I should say. Rosin flux. Yeah, it works. I bought some new flux, and it's just way too hard. This old stuff from Radio Shack is still really like tacky gooey, so I have to see what I bought wrong here. Or I just have a bad batch of solder flux. Yeah, there's a lot of rosin on that one. Okay. So yeah, in other news, wife is starting radiation on Tuesday. And I think that's for quite a few weeks. So 5 days a week. It's wild. They put her on this weird foam pad, and I can only best describe it as great stuff. That self-expanding foam. So they used to do is give you tattoos, so the computer would see exactly where to line up for the radiation treatment. But now they make this expanding foam form, so they have you laying back on it like you would be in the radiation, and they make a specific form just for you, so they can precisely repeat the location. He's like, oh, that's kind of wild. So yeah, they have a form with her name on it. This is really smoky here. quite catch up on that one. Too much flex. Still looks decent. Yeah, so they got that going on. We got that going on Tuesday. Every day, I think it's for like 5 weeks. It's a bit. Alright, so those are, how many of these do I have? Hopefully enough to last a little bit. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. That's enough for now. I can always come back and make this later. Alright, all those. Not all of them need 2. Some only need 1. Only the dual stick. The dual sticks don't need 2 sets because it's independent each side. Now these are the wires that go to the push buttons. The start, pause, reset buttons on the top there. That's where these wires go. Still can't believe how many of these things I've sold. Never thought. And I got some really nice feedback on a dual stick controller I had, so that was awesome. Who's Dion? Yeah. I'm terrible with names. But yeah, he ordered a dual stick and a single stick. Love the dual stick. He's playing, what's it, Star Castle on it. So my real goal is to make a really good quality controller. And I want something that was true analog circuitry. There's no software, there's no digital trickery in this whole thing. It's all pure analog, baby. Wires and pots and caps, and that's it. Oh, other news. In the mail, I haven't even unboxed it yet. I got a Atari 7800 to work on. Because I want, once this big old batch of orders is done, I want to develop a 7800 digital controller. So that should be interesting. That one's going to be pretty straightforward though. Just need a couple like 600 ohm resistors and arcade style stick. That one's not going to be crazy hard to do, but I'm sure there's going to be some demand for a pretty reasonably priced controller. That one's going to be a bit cheaper than this one because it's a lot less labor in it. Less parts too. There's no keypad. The 9-pin connectors, cables are much less expensive than these 15 pins. There's no pots. There's not going to be 3D printed components, so that's going to be, I'm guessing, less than 100. Probably a bit less than 100 because it's just going to be so much simpler one to build. So that one, of course, will work with the 2600 as well. And then I also got a Sega Genesis 2. I might make controllers for that, or I just want to play. I like the Genesis, it's a neat system. When it came out, it was a really like tumultuous period in my life, so I didn't really get a chance to enjoy it when it was new, so I get to enjoy it later. Back when the Genesis came out, the only system I had was the Atari Lynx, because it was portable. Lynx 2. And let's just say it was not the easiest time in my life. I need something that was going to be portable. I was 18 and stupid and knew everything, but I still had my Atari Lynx. I still own it, still have all the games for it too. It's one of the few systems I have like a decent sized. I mean, I don't have like maybe 8 games. I have everything else, so it's the only system I really have a pretty complete selection of the original cartridges. There was only like 70 to begin with, so it's not like that crazy hard to have almost every game. I think I don't have like Switchblade. No, I do have Switchblade. Take it back. Oh, that Gordo 106 or that weird monkey game. I don't have that one. I don't have mini golf, basketball, and I think one other main title. But everything else, I have like the Battle Wheels and Zaku. I don't have Alpine Games. I haven't been able to find that one. Uh, if Atari ever really wanted to bring back a system, that one would be an awesome one to bring back. With a modern screen, that would be the shit. I would just slap my money on the table and say, "Here, take my money." Because I've done a few McWill mods on those. Back before I was doing all these controllers, I did a bunch of game repairs, system console repairs for a while. Like Mark from Classic Game Room. I did this Sega Game Gear, the AV Out mod. I did that one way back in the day, many years ago now. I've done a lot of other systems. So the 7800 I got, it's unknown condition, so I'll fix that up and go ahead and add an AV Out mod to it. A little too close to the flame there. Sorry. Doesn't affect how it works. Where's my watch? Oh goodness, it's midnight. That's not good. I missed one. So I'm almost done with every piece of tinning I really need to do for a couple months. Which is good. One straggler here. More button ones. So yeah, about a couple weeks, I'm gonna be done with all these orders. Take everything off the backlog. Put some honest like inventory on. Maybe build up a few ahead of time, so there won't be so much weight. Alright, so that's it for tinning. Don't need to do any more of that. Turn this thing off. And since I'm here, let's see. Two, 4, 6, 8, 12. Over those. Where's your pot, man? Here. And I got a bunch of spacers down there in the printing right now. Oh, so I got 2 pots. This is for the x-axis. We get a little clearance on these things. I'm not going to make you watch me screw in a bunch of potentiometers tonight. So I'm just going to build up 12 sub-assemblies tonight. Get these all tinned up, ready to go, and go from there. So everyone, thank you for watching, and yes, I'm making progress, so the next couple of days you should see your controllers start to show up, and I hope you enjoy them. Believe it or not, this is relaxing to me compared to my day job, so this is just a hobby for me. It's not nothing. I'd be sad not to do it anymore, but it is a hobby. It's not this is for my fun money. And whenever I retire, which isn't going to be too long from now, a bit, but once I do retire, it's nice to know I'll have a nice little cottage industry. Who knows, maybe I'll be making custom controllers for the, let's see, time-wise, 15 years from now. Probably for the, let's go with like N64 and Dreamcast by then, maybe, I guess. Like technology-wise, so who knows? These old consoles last forever. Oh my goodness, I can't believe how long these consoles last. Big like the original Nintendo console, there's like 1 cap in that thing. The only thing ever breaks is maybe US ones that edge connector they used to put the cartridges in. That's the only thing that breaks on this thing. So those things last forever. They're crazy. And the same thing with the 5200 and the 5200 and the 2600, 5200, even the 7800. There's like a cap in there. So there's one big electrolytic on the power side, and that's about the only thing that ever goes bad on it. Sometimes they lose a regulator, but generally not really. Sega, whew, they are cap crazy. They have so many caps in their. They design with so many caps in their system. It's not even funny. Even the Game Gear, the Master System, the Game Gear, and heck, even the Nomad, all had nuts amounts of caps in there. Genesis, oh, the original Genesis, the Generation 1, the first one. That's why I got one of those. The second generation Genesis is it was just, there are so many caps in there. Like, it's got like 30 electrolytics in there. It's crazy why you'd have that many electrolytic caps. My Lynx has a fair amount of caps. I need to fix my Lynx. What's the old adage? The shoemaker has holes in his shoes, so I need to replace the caps and voltage regulator on my Lynx too. So get to that someday. But I think that's it for talking tonight. I'm gonna I like to watch movies while I do this. This is kind of mindless work at this point. So I get to watch. I just watched The Aviator. I just watched Chinatown, and then I watched The Aviator. I'll keep on my Scorsese kick here and find something else. Hey, I got Amazon Prime. I also use it. I just have it playing in the window. When I need to see my schematic, I just have my screen split screen. So I'm more listening to it than I'm watching it. I think that's going to be it for tonight. Everyone, thank you for watching. I'm going to keep turning nuts here until I go nuts. And everyone have a happy and safe Memorial Day. And that's it for me.